Okay, here we go. It's gonna be a short video, hopefully. Anyways, I'm just here to talk about a little bit about vegans and the fact that we kind of need to help each other. And many of us are trying to believe that we are living in a world right now that is like 1980s, like the 1980s, and like people, sociopaths out there that they are not, that they are safe, that you can trust people, that you can trust places, and in America, at least in America, at least in certain places in America, at least where I live, you know, you can't trust people. There's this hatred going on. There's this sociopathy going on that is just making people want to hurt each other and do stuff, sociopathic stuff to hurt each other. And even in the internet, I mean, you can find vegans that tell you to drink pee or tell you to drink 1 week old pee because it's cleansing. That's sociopathic. Are they trying to help you? They're not trying to help you. They're trying to make you sick. Okay? They're trying to make you sick so that maybe you get an excuse to not be vegan. There are people right now. I love this guy. Maybe he just does it because he maybe doesn't care much. Because that's the thing. Many vegans out there just they only care about themselves. They don't care about anybody else. And they are sometimes perhaps giving ideas that might be wrong. Like Duran Ryder, he keeps giving people the idea that it's healthy to go bicycling. And it is. But he's saying for everybody to go out and do it. Well, that is not a good thing. Because certain places where people know you're vegan and they hate you, they could run you over. And say, oh, that's ridiculous. Well, persecution is happening right now. I live in a town where it's not my best friend, but a friend of mine that I used to have that was vegan 17 years ago. He was killed in a horrible car accident the same day that he finished his music album. Right after he finished his music album, he died in this horrible car accident. And 17 years ago, when I went to, don't ask me why I do this, because I've been studying humanity, man. Human beings pretend to be kind, pretend to be good. My God, we are a sociopathic species. We are a fucking fucked up, crazy sociopathic species. And when we can get away with disgusting crimes, we do. Okay? Which is exactly why when I used to be in this place, I used to be in God, it's incredible. Look what's happening. Look at this. This wasn't here before. It's a line. A line. For now, every time I make a video, I'm gonna picture all the cars around me, because first it's nice and empty, and every time I do a video, it just gets full of people. So anyways, as I was saying, it's sociopathic out there. If I was in the 1980s and I could be able to go to a potluck, a vegan potluck, I would. And I did some time ago. So I used to go at a potluck in Miami, brought by Animal Rights Foundation of Florida, and another one that I kind of forgot what it was. There were two. And we gave potlucks, and I went there. I wasn't at all uncomfortable eating food. Right now, if I go to a vegan potluck, I would be uncomfortable. I would be uncomfortable because maybe not out of the state, maybe like in California or in maybe in Oregon, in Portland or something like that. But in Florida, yeah, even if you pay me to go to a potluck, I wouldn't do it. Anybody could be, an infiltrator, and many people are saying, "Oh, that's so crazy. That's really ridiculous." If you have had my experiences, you'll be completely different. And I have been paranoid for quite a while because I have noticed certain things, and this paranoia has saved my health. Um, One of the things that happened to me that I was able to avoid, I don't know how many other things that happened to me that I haven't been able to avoid, but one thing that I was able to avoid was getting radiation like crazy in this room waiting for a doctor. I used to have a heart palpitation problem. I used to have I used to have a bad heart palpitation problem that it appeared like about little more than 17 years ago, I believe. And I went to the doctor to check myself out. It was near a hospital, a place where they only check heart experts. And I took my Geiger counter with me because I wanted to. Um, I, um, I knew. Okay, I'm not going to say the whole entire story. I took my Geiger counter with me because there are many places in hospitals and in doctors' offices where there's a lot of radiation and you don't even know it's there. So I took my Geiger counter with me and I placed it in my left sock. I put it in there like a pocket. So I went there, an appointment. I saw that there was almost nobody there. So they put me in this waiting room to wait for the doctor, and I was the only one there. In just 2 minutes, the Geiger counter went off. And I took it out of my sock and I looked at it and it was going really fast. So I got out of there, I got out of that room, and the doctor was just happening to be passing by. And I told him about it, and he kind of laughed and said something. Don't know exactly what he said, don't remember. But yeah, it was kind of ridiculous what went on. And I wanted to find out what it was, so I kept asking questions. And he told me, well, there's a CAT scan that we have there, and he was on. So that was probably it. When they turn the CAT scan on, the radiation gets into that room because I believe those cables that go to the CAT scan, they're supposed to be lined with lead, and they were not lining it with lead. So I was getting all that radiation. Imagine how many people they go there, wait in that room, and they get high doses of radiation. Then later on in their lives, they have diabetes or they have some other problems, a thyroid problem or some other health problem, and they think it's genetic or they think they haven't been taking care of themselves right. So, it's very difficult to find out, especially if you're a vegan, to find out what's going on if you have a health problem. So I see a lot of people out there in YouTube land, some vegans that are dropping dead because of some health problems, and quickly meat eaters and other people they just want to say their diet is the one that did it. I mean, that's so incredibly ridiculous. So incredibly ridiculous. How in the world could you possibly blend it? But if you're a meat eater, it's not the diet, it's something else. But if you're a vegan, of course it's the diet. It could be, if you think you know somebody that's telling you to eat healthy foods, and they claim to eat healthy food only, and they die young, you don't know what their life is. You don't know if they drink, you don't know if they use drugs, you don't know if they use pesticides, you don't know exactly what their past life was, you don't know if they took something bad in the past, you don't know if they're actually being persecuted, you don't know anything. So it's actually ridiculous to actually say, oh, it was a diet. Because that's only a small percentage of your health. A small percentage. So those people that are just always jumping in the background to criticize vegans because of their health problem, whatever, it's incredible. It's so ridiculous. Especially when if you're eating a healthy vegan diet, you are a healthy person. It's no freaking way that it could be your diet. No freaking way. It has to be something else. And vegans need to open their eyes, because especially they're living in America, because right now we are living in the age of hatred. We're living in the age of prejudice. We're living in the age of persecution. Okay? And if you don't think that's what's happening, you are an absolute moron, or you are not really in contact with reality. And you need to be in contact with reality. You need to stop pretending that there's nothing wrong, because a lot of us are pretending that there's nothing wrong. A lot of us are pretending that everything is right and that people are sane. People are insane right now. Absolutely insane. Okay? They are absolutely insane. I don't know if it is if it is the pesticides or something in the water or whatever the fuck they're putting in foods, but people are going insane. It's like we're not living in the world of zombies. It's not the apocalypse of zombies. It's the apocalypse of insanity. Okay? The apocalypse of hatred. The apocalypse of prejudice. That's what we're living in right now. Okay? So vegans out there, be nice to other vegans. Help other vegans. Don't give out stupid shit. And don't agree with these morons that like right now, Duriander was saying about this guy, I think his name is Mango something, that it was the water, that he didn't drink enough water. Give me a fucking break. Didn't drink enough water. How will he know? How will he know? There's no way of knowing. That healthy diet, even if he doesn't drink enough water, I don't think it will cause that. I don't think it will cause him to die at 64. No freaking way. It was something else. People have to stop assuming of how people die and why. Okay? Because it's not, especially if you're vegan, you're giving an excuse to these other morons to come out and say that they are right, to accept that they are right and we are wrong, which is ridiculous. It's like saying that smokers live longer lives, and every time a person who's on health food died, they say, see, that was because he didn't smoke enough. He didn't smoke enough cigarettes. That's how much sense it makes. Okay? Bye, you guys.